All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modified come to Lanier National Speedway. Brett Wheeler in the booth alongside Stephen McMillan for the second week in a row. Stephen, welcome back to the Ultimate Dirt TV booth, and welcome to Lanier National Speedway qualifying up next. Make sure you got that right push to talk button on, Steve.
All right, got it all.
That's a lot better. Welcome, buddy.
All right. How you doing, Brett?
Yeah, same stuff, different day. We'll get into qualifying right now, and the first driver that we're going to see on the racetrack in the number 125 car will be Dylan Petty. Dylan Petty in the 125 course, a lone car qualifying session, so he's going to go quick time, 14.213. We'll look at Tristan Carmen. Tristan Carmen in the 843. Rolling on to the racetrack, or rolling through turn number 3 and 4. Going to get the first of 2 green flagging laps. And Steve, qualifying most important when it comes to setting up your night.
It is. You want to try to go to the front. That will set your night up for the whole night because, starting on these small tracks, there ain't much room and ain't much time to get to the front. You're starting in the back. So it's very important to make your ground up at the very beginning.
Yeah, Tristan Carmen going to go third, make that fourth quick as... we'll go through some of the other drivers that are on the racetrack. Brian Powell in the 66 and sit 14th. Randall Carter in car number 37. Going to be third quick in car number 683. He's a little over a tenth off the pace. Brent Hobson 18th quick in that number 8 car. Josh Conover in car number 22 onto the racetrack down the back straight away. So the time to beat so far, a 14.038. Corey Whitworth holds on to that number 1 spot. We'll see what Josh Conover can do in car number 22. It's going to be 21st quick. Corey Pennington also on the racetrack in the number 21, Steve.
Well, I can tell you, I've been watching Corey. He's raced in my league. This guy has improved throughout the season. I know with the World of Thunder, he's raced with some VLR races, and they're modifieds. He is a driver to watch. He's getting really fast, really quick, and all these leagues that he's racing in, he'd be the one to watch.
Yeah, a couple of drivers to keep an eye on throughout the night, of course. Corey Pennington in the 21 car sits 15th quick. We'll see who else we got onto the racetrack. It looks like that is all. So it looks like we've got 24 cars have taken a lap time. And we are just waiting on Jason Conover in car number 39. Not sure if he's in the server or not, but I know he was in the Discord earlier on. But at the moment, let's run through your top 20 as they stand. Corey Whitworth, who goes position number 1 with a 14.038. Garrett Niebrugge with a 14.091. Second quick. Randall Carter, third quick with a 14.140. Tristan Carmen with a 14.145. Fourth quick. And rounding out your top 5 is Cody Batten with a 14.187. To go back to Tyler Chalk in 6th. Ryan Martin in 7th. Dylan Petty in 8th. 9th was Spencer Swafford. Rounding out your top 10 is Blake Brown. 11th is Shane Evans, Nick Jordan. 12th, Wes Kirchner. 13th, 14th, Jared Bolyard. Corey Pennington, 15th. Brian Powell, 16th. Logan Rumsey, 17th. Adam Tevez, 18th. 19th is Jake Boyer. And rounding out your top 20 is Brent Hobson. We move into heat race number 1. And looks like there will be 3 heats on the program for tonight. Let's take a look at your opening Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat number 1. Heat race number 1 looks like this. On pole in the 996, it's going to be Corey Whitworth, and on the outside of the front row, the 843 of Tristan Carmen. Inside row number 2, the 981 of Ryan Martin lines up alongside the 678 car of Blake Brown out of position number 4. At a position 5, the 96 of Wes Kirchner lines up alongside car number 66 out of position 6. That's Brian Powell. We go back to the final row. Inside row 4, the 55 of Jake Boyer starts position 7. At a position 8, the 941 of Chris Long. And that will be heat race number 1, 12 laps of distance, top 4. We're going to move on to the main event, Steve. We'll do what we did last week.
All right.
Pick a winner.
I'm gonna put Corey because he's doing good in my league. Who you gonna pick?
Let's cheat. You pick the guy in the front row. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? We're going to go with Ryan Martin. Let's
All
go.
right.
Yeah, let's go a bit of an outsider in that 981 car in his server, but I believe he's running the 024 car, the pink, white, and blue machine. Heat race number 1, the National Oval Racing Association UMP modifieds here at Lanier, and we are green here for heat race number 1 with Whitworth leading the field into turn number 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Martin. You're running in that third spot, trying to get by Tristan Carmen, who shows number 4 on the side of that race car. But good battle on for the 4th and final transfer spot. Blake Brown and Wes Kirchner. They're going to go side by side. Kirchner going to sneak up the inside and take over that 4th spot on the racetrack.
Well, look at Corey Whitworth. It's all about starting on the pole, getting that jump, and he has it. As Tristan is trying to close the gap. He's trying to get closer to the inside wall, trying to make a little bit of room as we will complete lap number 4, or start lap number 4, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1/4 of the race distance complete so far here at Lanier. Of course, Lanier 3/8 of a mile in length. At the moment, Whitworth, your leader from Tristan Carmen. Carmen, he's about a 1/4 of a second off the rear bumper of that number 69 machine, so we could have a battle on for the race lead. We'll keep an eye on that third place right now, Ryan Martin in that 024 car. Then you got Wes Kirchner in the 96 trying to hold off Blake Brown. Remember, Kirchner, he's in the 4th and final transfer spot for the moment. Top 4 going straight through to the main event. Can he hang on, or will he start on pole of the B main? It's kind of a catch-22. You want to lock yourself in, but if you start on pole for the B main, it just gives you more lap times. Meanwhile, here comes Carmen now. He's almost got a front bumper up on the inside, the left rear quarter panel of the 69 car of Corey Whitworth into 3 and 4. Whitworth going to hang on, 7 down, 5 to go.
As he's looking for the Corey to make a mistake, as you look for the position for third place is heating up between Ryan Martin and Wes Kirchner. They're trying to grab every spot they can to advance.
Yeah, Martin holding on to that third spot on the racetrack. Kirchner starting to creep a little bit closer, but we go back up towards the front of the field. We keep an eye on our top 2. We'll try and keep an eye on 3rd, 4th, and 5th as well. 3 cars fighting it out for 2 transfer spots at the moment. Blake Brown throwing it and driving it in real deep into turn number 1 and 2. He's now going to get to the inside on Kirchner into turn number 3, but can he get the drive off? No, Kirchner, the 96, holds strong. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Corey Whitworth.
This track's so small, it's hard to get a run and diamond it off when people are already crowding them. Is Blake Brown trying his best?
Now, white flag flies this time by for your leader, Corey Whitworth in the 69 car out in front into 3 and 4 for the final time. Heat race number 1. Corey Whitworth going to start on pole for tonight's dash. 2nd, going to go to Tristan Carmen. 3rd, going to be Ryan Martin. Wes Kirchner will hold on to position 4. Those 4 drivers making it into the main event. Blake Brown, Jake Boyer, Brian Powell, and Chris Long. They move into the preliminary mains. Heat number 1 of 3 complete. Heat race number 2. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid.
All right, on your front row is the 19 Ev Garrett Niebuhr. On the outside of him be number 71, Cody Batten. On your second row inside is Dylan Petty. On the outside of him be Shane Evans. On your third row is Jarrett Bolyard and Logan Rumsey on the outside of him. On your last and final row will be Brett Hobson and Josh Conover.
8 cars, in fact, make that 7 cars. I don't think Logan Rumsey is on the grid.
Yeah, he didn't make it, so... And it shows that he disconnected, so he's just going to have to, if he comes back in, he'll have to start in the back of the last chance.
It's going to be very tough for the driver of the number 41 machine. Just Flying Dutchman, thank you very much for the subscription on Twitch. NY Racer 49, thank you as well a couple of hours ago. Cody, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Guys, like, shares, follows, all that good stuff on our Facebook page. We love it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Heat race number 2 about to start. I'm gonna take Garrett this time. I'm gonna start on pole.
All right, and I'll take Dylan Petty. Alrighty. As they're coming down the back straightaway, pace car fixing to pull in. Lights are out. Green flag's out, and Garrett takes the jump. And here comes Dylan Petty on the bottom of Cody Batten for second place. But Cody Batten's going to get the run on the high side. They'll be filing out side by side in the back with Brett Hobbs and Josh Cohn. But up front, it's single file.
Yeah, neighbor.
As you look for it, it's moving up the line. The groove is.
Yeah, neighbor just starting to move above the slick line at both ends of the circuit. In the turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cody Batten now trying something different, trying to go right through the slick, keep the right rear and the left rear in the moist. So the right rear will be in the slick, but that's certainly going to alter his chances on catching up to the 19 car. The Team VLR entry of Garrett Niebrugge. He holds down the number 1 spot at the moment. Cody Batten still sits in position number 2. Dylan Petty in 3rd. 4th is going to be Shane Evans, and he holds down that transfer spot. But here comes Josh Conover looking to the inside. Shane Evans, you've got company.
Right now it's a single groove track. As these drivers is all about the starting position, getting the jump on the start. As you see, but it's good racing. It's Cody Batten's losing some ground, but Dylan Petty's closing the gap, trying to get a run on Cody Batten.
Batten still holding down that second spot. Petty still trying to find a way around the number 71 car at the moment. There is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on spot. Of course, Shane Evans now just cleared away from Josh Conover in the number 22 car. So Josh making a few little mistakes late in this race as Garrett Niebrugge going to complete lap 8 of 12. 4 laps remain here in heat race number 2. He is 1/3 of a distance away from starting on the outside of the front row in tonight's dash. Of course, we'll have the dash after the B main and when we have our 20 car field set. But at the moment, Niebrugge still your race leader from Cody Batten, Dylan Petty, and Shane Evans, your top 4.
You know, they're just waiting for a driver to make a mistake as 2nd, 3rd, and 4th throw a blanket underneath them. Or over them, not underneath them.
You put it underneath him, the blanket might be able to catch fire. I don't think we need that here on the racetrack and on the 7. If it happened on the 7, well, that's something special. What will be something special is Garrett Niebrugge going to take the white flag, so he now sits officially 2 turns away as he makes his way down the back straight away from the outside of the front row in tonight's dash. He looks nice and smooth through turn number 3 and 4. Garrett Niebrugge going to take the win. Cody Batten 2nd, Dylan Petty 3rd. Shane Evans going to come home 4th. Those 4 drivers once again locking into the main event. Josh Conover, Brett Hobson, and Jarrett Bolyard. We'll see those drivers in your B main. Heat race number 2, Steve. We are 1-1 at the moment going into the final heat race of the night. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Heat race number 3, the 683 of Randall Carter starts on pole on his outside in the Splash and Go Graphics 07 car. That'll be Tyler Chalk. Inside row 2 at a position 3, car number 25 of Spencer Swafford. At a position 4, the 17 car of Nick Jordan. At a position 5, the 21, Coy Pennington. At a position 6, the 42 of Adam Tevez. Row 4 inside, the number 99, Patrick Solari starts position 7. At a position 8, car number 23, Nate Kerr. Steve, I'll let you pick this one.
I'll pick the 07 of Tyler Chalk.
Awesome. I'll take the man on pole, Randall Carter. That's a GG on that one, boys. Sorry, I'm calling that one early, but that's a GG. You don't give Randall Carter a front row starting position and where he won't take it. Jesse, Eric, thank you for the follows Harley, thank you for the like, and I'll thank everybody here for tuning in here for the National Oval Racing Association. Again, a late schedule change. We were scheduled to come back to Eldora, but it is what it is. We're here at Lanier, and we'll move on.
As lights will go out this time, they'll go green out turn 4 next time by. At the cones, at the pit entrance there, that's where the leader will take. As maybe the groove, later on that, hopefully we'll get some multiple grooves, some side-by-side good racing going.
I have no doubt that we're going to see some good side-by-side racing come main event time. Green flag is out on the final heat race of the night. And Randall Carter in the 37. Got a good jump, and we'll go straight to the middle in turn number 1 and 2. But look at your battle on for second right now. The 66 on the side of that race car. Spencer Swafford nearly 3 wide. In fact, we're going to go 3 wide for a moment. The 17 car, Nick Jordan, rides in the 4 spot, but Tyler Chalk on the outside of Spencer Swafford. You battle on for second and third. And while these two drivers are battling, Randall Carter's licking his chops, saying, thank you very much. I'm going to start to pull away from the field. But Tyler Chalk, he got clear of Spencer Swafford very, very quickly on the top side of the racetrack. So right now we're still seeing that middle groove be the fastest way around.
As it is the fastest way around right now, as they start to go single file up front, Tyler Chalk is slowly catching them. But Spencer Swafford's right there waiting for a mistake from Tyler Chalk to take second. But the battle right now is 5th, 6th, and 7th. As that's just a transfer spot to the B main. But I mean, hey, it's some good racing right now.
Yeah, Corey Pennington in the 21 sits in position 5. Then you go back to Adam Tevez in the 42, holding down 6th, and Patrick Solari in 7th. We'll come back up to 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Tyler Chalk in the 07 car, the pink and black machine, holding on to P number 2, also looking to transfer into tonight's dash. The top 2 go to the dash, in fact, and while the top 4 go straight to the main event, so 3rd and 4th will start, of course, from 7th on through back to position number 12, and we'll see those top 6 drivers come out in the dash after your B main. 5 laps left to run here for your race leader, Randall Carter, in the number 37 car, looking to make me go 2 out of 3.
That's okay. You can be the dominant man. Actually, Spencer Swafford go a little bit high, entering turn 3, loses some ground to Tyler Chalk. And he does it again at turns 1. But he's trying to find some room to get some momentum coming off the turn.
And Nick Jordan holding down that 4th and final transfer spot, as now your top 4 are clearly spread out from one another. Corey Pennington trying to drive it in deep down low into turn number 1 and 2. He's still got a fair bit of time to make up. He's looking at about 3/4 of a second at the moment from the 17 car, but then again, it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass. So unfortunately for Pennington, with just 2 laps to go, Steve, I don't think he's going to have enough to transfer into the main event. I think it's all going to have to be run through the B main as the drivers get the white flag. Randall Carter through turn number 3 and 4 here on your final lap. Here in the final heat race of the night, the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modifieds. Randall Carter goes to victory lane. We'll see him. In fact, it's the pole shuffle. Excuse me, I did calling it a dash. Tyler Chalk 2nd, Swafford 3rd, Jordan 4th, Pennington, Tevez, Solari, and Kerr. Steve, we've seen the midgets last week with their pole shuffle. Of course, we'll have our pole shuffle after I believe this is going to be the C main on track. So I believe that all cars will transfer. We'll quickly take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. So I believe there's only going to be 3 cars in this one. In fact,
Yes,
2 cars on track. Patrick Solari and Chris Long on the front row. Nate Kerr's going to miss the start. He's going to be back on pit road. So we'll go back to what we're talking about with the pole shuffle. You took your first look at a pole shuffle in the midgets last week. What are we expecting here with the pole shuffle in the UMP Modifieds? Again, this is a lot smaller track than what we've seen at Eldora last week.
It's all going to be about the jump on the start. That's how it's going to be. Person who gets jumped will be the person probably winning because this is a one lane track right now. But, let's talk about these cars. It's 750 horsepower. And these cars, it's hard to control on a one lane track when you're trying to, how can I say, make some drastic moves to move your way to the front.
Well,
They're
I guess,
easy to spin out.
yeah, well, I guess only time will tell. This is not a pole shuffle. This is your C main. 12 laps going to be the distance. We could almost call this a 12 lap pole shuffle if you want. Glenn, you shut your mouth, all right? Patrick
Who, me?
Solari. No, Glenn. Are you Glenn? Last I heard, you were Stephen. I mean, unless things have changed between the start of the show and the C main, just quietly going to throw that one out there.
Basically, this is a practice form for the B main. And the B main, they'll take 8 drivers,
Right now.
which we knew 24 signed up. So Jason Conover did not score a lap in practice, so it would be 24. He was a 25th driver. Logan Rumsey not in there. So we're still sending people home in the B main. So this is a practice, 12 lap practice for them, basically.
It's going to work out pretty well for Patrick Solari, as we've seen Patrick multiple times throughout the season here on Ultimate TV for the National Oval Racing Association. Didn't he used to run some of the World of Thunder stuff as well?
He did. He does have one win with the World Thunder fixed UMP modified series. Won it last season.
Yeah, I remember seeing like a bunch of times here. So obviously, with the 12 lap distance here in the C main, of course, only the 2 cars make that 3 cars because Nate Kerr actually missed the grid, so he came back out on track once the drivers went green. Those 3 drivers have pretty much a 12 lap hot lap session. The track's not going to change all that much from now and of course into your B main. So at this stage, I guess it's all about just trying to test for fuel and make those last setup adjustments. This is probably the time actually to really start to move around on the racetrack and sort of gauge what kind of times you're doing and find out what the fastest line will be. Of course, looking at it right now, we know it's right above the slick line. That's probably the way it's going to stay up until probably our pole shuffle. When our pole shuffle comes, that's when you're going to see drivers really start to throw the big slide jobs down into turn 1 and 3. This is where things will start to get interesting as well.
It is, this track always has good racing at it, even though it's small, but good racing overall. I mean, any league that comes here to Lanier has good races. It normally has few cautions in the future.
So right now, Solari in the 99 out in front, of course, leading this 3-car field of C main. Fortunately, we were scheduled to have 5 on the grid. We're sending 1 home, but Logan Rumsey not here either, so just making this a 3-car field. Unfortunately, we weren't able to skip it just yet, so we'll let the drivers finish their last 3/8 of a mile on the racetrack in your C main. And look what Solari's doing right now. We've seen him run above the slick and right up near that looser dirt stuff. He actually just ran down low, so really starting to test out the waters here on what could be fast and what could be not, because when he's starting at the back of the B main on such a, I want to say, narrow track, very tough to pass at the moment, he needs to make those moves happen.
He does. So he's searching. He's going to find a groove because, they're going to stack up a little bit. He got to find a place where he can stick the car and gain some position, especially on the start of the.
All right, we'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Alan, this is only for mobile. Sorry, you can't get it on PS4. Your B main looks like they're starting on pole in the 678 car will be Blake Brown. On the outside of the front row, out of position 2, the number 22 car of Josh Conover. Corey Pennington will start position 3 in car number 21, out of position 4, the 55 of Jake Boyer. Out of position 5, the 8 car of Brent Hobson. Out of position 6, the 42 of Adam Tevez. Brian Powell in the 66 starts position 7. Jared Bolyard in the 97 will start position number 8. Position 9, the 99 of Patrick Solari alongside him. At a position 10, the 941 of Chris Long. Nate Kerr in the 23 will start position 11. Making up this 11-car field.
3 will be going home.
3 will be going home. Who's going to win quickly, Steve?
I'm going to say I'll go with Blake Brown.
Okay, so you're cheating and picking on the... starting on the... No, that's fine. You know what? I'm going to go Coy Pennington. All right, 15
there
laps.
There you go.
Yeah, 15 laps of distance. Blake Brown, Josh Conover the front row. In tonight's B main, Coy Pennington starts alongside the 55 car of Jake Boyer. Adam Tevez a little out of shape in the back there. But we keep an eye on the battle on for second. Boyer into the wall. He comes off the wall. We're good. Brian Powell half gets turned. And it is all happening here in the opening lap of your B main. And look at Coy Pennington. Got the second, went straight to the top side. Conover trying to work low down into turn number 3 and 4, but keep an eye on that number 21. It has got some speed.
He does have some speed. You know, right now, the people going home is Chris Long, Evans Evans, and Jared Folliard. Jared actually now disconnects, so the 2 in the bubble spots is Chris Long and Adam Tevez.
Yeah,
Brian Powell's on the bubble.
Yeah. Tevez and Long on the outside, looking in the 23 car. Nate Kerr, a real sideways in turn number 1 and 2. Look at Powell going right, trying to go right through the middle, but Kerr slides up. Tevez back to the inside. The battle on for the transfer spot is hot and heavy between Brian Powell and Adam Tevez.
Look at Nate Kerr. All them battling really hard. They don't want to be the ones going home, as right now Adam Tevez for the bubble.
Well, there were 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Tevez on the inside, Powell was through the middle, and Kerr on the outside. Kerr stays on the outside. Powell and Tevez switch lines into 3 and 4. Now Kerr going to get shuffled out of a transfer spot. Brian Powell holds on to position 8 for the time being. Can he move up to position 7 and gain some insurance? Meanwhile, out in front, Blake Brown is just absolutely blitzing this field. He's got a 1.2 second advantage over Coy Pennington and Josh Conover in third. Patrick Solari up to position 4. He started deep in this field, about 9th spot, I think it was, 8th or 9th. But the battle on right now, and the battle that we've got on screen, holds down the 6th, 7th, and 8th spot on the racetrack. Yes, the top 8 go straight through to the main event.
And they're racing really hard for 6th, 7th, 8th, I mean, but they're trying to get away from Nate Kerr and Chris Long. Right now, it's Brian Powell and Adam Tevez side by side. I mean, they're doing a good job, like almost 3 wide into each turn. Brian Powell working that bottom.
Now, one thing I noticed up front as well, Pennington, Solari, Conover, those drivers were having a good battle as well with Brent Hobson as well, but now have just sort of gone out back to single file racing through turn number 3 and 4. We come back to your 7th and 8th battle on the racetrack. Jake Boyer in the Flatline Graphics number 55 car, battling it out with Adam Tevez in the number 42 car. 4 laps to go. Make that 3 as they come out of turn number 4 this time by. And Brent Hobson, I believe he might have had the door shut on him there by Pennington. As Pennington now, he's been shuffled back to position 4. With Josh Conover to position 2. And Patrick Solari up into that 3rd spot.
You know, like we said, he's now into 3rd. But you look at it, we said he's used the C main for practice, and look what he has done. He was searching for that line because he had to run where no one else was running.
Well, right now, it would put him in an 11th starting position for tonight's main event. Of course, he's a similar starting spot in the B main tonight, so he's certainly got the chance to pass a whole crap ton of more cars. But Blake Brown out of turn number 4, the checkered flag at the ready. He gets the job done. Josh Conover home in 2nd. 3rd going to be Patrick Solari. 4th is going to be Coy Pennington. Brent Hobson in 5th. Adam Tevez 6th. Brian Powell and Jake Boyer going to be the final 2 cars in tonight's show. Nate Kerr, Chris Long, all going to find themselves watching from the comfort of their chair. Your preliminary main is done. 2 more races. In fact, we'll have more. We're going to have 5. We'll have 6 more races. 5 of those are going to be 2-lap shootouts. A pole shuffle up next. And then, of course, we'll have a 60-lap main event Some good racing so far at Lanier, Steve.
It is some good racing. The B main was just an indicator how good the future race will be. Whew. It's going to be interesting.
Right, so we are just waiting on our pole shuffle cars to come out onto the racetrack. The first two drivers will be the drivers that finished third in heats 3 and 2. Winner will advance. Loser will start P6. They will take on the second place finisher in heat race number 1. The winner will advance again, and the loser will start P5. Then we'll bring out the winner of heat race number 3. And then, of course, the winner of heat race number 2 and heat race number 1 until we have our 6 cars lined up for tonight's pole shuffle. First 2 cars looking like they are coming out onto the racetrack. In the Splash and Go Graphics 07 car will be Tyler Chalk. And alongside him in the black and yellow, caliber 71 in that FRM entry, it's going to be Cody Batten. Steve?
Well, you take your pick first.
I'm going to go Chalk, just because I don't want to pick Cody. Screw Cody.
All right, I'll take Cody.
we all know it's hashtag David's fault, but Batten and Chalk, here we go. Green flag is out. You see the rear end pick up. That means they got on the gas. And we are green into turn 1 and 2. Batten going to throw the slide job on Tyler Chalk. Cody Batten, you are going to be banned from every stream if you win, brother. But through turn 3 and 4, Batten will lead lap number 1, and he looks the good so far going into turn 1 and 2. Tyler Chalk just hitting the car a little too sideways through turn 1 and 2 and into 3 and 4. Pole shuffle race number 1 going to go to Cody Batten, therefore. Unfortunately for Tyler Chalk, his night is not done, but his pole shuffle hopes of going any further up the starting order. He will start position 6, and Cody Batten will move on at a chance to start inside of the top 2 rows. Our next driver to come out onto the racetrack in the number 19 car. No, it'll be the 843. The 4 car. Hey, Tristan Carmen. So I'll let you pick this one.
I'll stay with Cody Batten.
You're gonna try and free Cody, are you?
I'm gonna try to free him tonight.
Now let me tell you, Cody will never be free. Cody will never be free. All right, you know what? I'll let you take this one. It's all yours. 2 laps.
All right, it's Cody Batten and Tristan Carmen. Tristan on the inside, Cody Batten on the outside. As they'll be coming out to the green flag. As they on the gas and they go into turn number 1 as Tristan scoots up and look at Cody Batten looking on the inside, coming down turn 2, goes down to the bottom as Tristan goes on the high side to Cody Batten. But look at Tristan, more momentum on the high side. Lead lap 1, Cody Batten takes his slider line as Tristan will try to duck underneath him, come down the back straightaway. Cody Batten on the high side, Tristan on the bottom. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Cody Batten by a nose.
Screw Cody. Oh, what a race that was. Cody Batten and Tristan Carmen putting on a show. Tristan Carmen going to go back to the pit road. And therefore he will start position 5 and out rolls our next car onto the racetrack here in just a moment. I believe it'll be heat number 3 winner. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that should be the 19 car of. In fact, right. It's going to be Randall Carter in car number 37. I'm going to take Randall this time because I get to pick first.
Well, I'm still freeing Cody, so free Cody Batten.
Okay, well, let me tell you something, brother. All right, free Cody is never going to work. All right, it's hashtag David's fault. Cody Batten is going to be locked up and put away here by Randall Carter.
He's going to be some jail meat, you're saying.
Just the way Cody likes it, I hear. That's a different conversation for a different day, I guess. All right, here we go. Randall Carter and Cody Batten, the next two cars in pole shuffle race number 3. And, of course, Randall Carter choosing the outside line, of course. That's certainly the place to be, especially getting the drive on the exits of turns 2 and 4. 2 laps going to be the distance. Carter on the outside, Batten on the inside. Green flag is out. We're underway pole shuffle race number 3. Loser starts P4. The winner will go on at a chance at a front row starting position, and Cody Batten. Holy moly, Randall Carter, what are you doing? 1 lap in the books, and he's only got 4 more turns to make something happen. Carter up on the inside, side by side out of turn number 2. Batten going to take the light away, going down into turn number 3 and 4. Batten going to slide up. He leaves the bottom side open, but Cody Batten, well, Randall Carter, you might as well lock the key. Throw yourself into your own jail cell, and Cody Batten so far has broken 1 of the handcuffs. Can he break the second?
Well, you know what? I mean, it has to give him an advantage with, a little less fuel than these other drivers.
Well, fuel wouldn't really make that much of a difference in these cars. What is going to make a difference is the number 19 car of Garrett Niebrugge. Now, I can tell you the winner of this race will earn themselves a front row starting position. Where that will be, we'll find out next race. But the loser will start P3. The winner will start on pole. And, Steve, are you going with your same pick?
I'll go by same pick. Let's go ahead and try to free the other handcuff.
All right, this one's all yours.
Alrighty. As they come down to the front straightaway, they're on the gas. There goes Cody Batten getting a little bit of a jump. But here goes Garrett down to the bottom. As Cody Batten pushes up, allows Garrett to get in front of him. But look at Cody Batten go down to the bottom. But, Garrett closes the door on him. He might have to keep the other handcuff on him. Because look at this. Garrett is running away. Hell, they might have lost the key now to the cuffs. As Garrett will win this pole race.
Well, I'll tell you what, Garrett didn't learn to run away from me, that's for sure. He tells Cody just to sit down. So listen, right, let the big boys race. No, look, hey, hats off to Cody. As much as I give him crap, he's a good dude and all. And, to come from, that third row up to position 3, that's a stellar drive. And, well, this is going to be an absolute bell ringer. I don't know who to pick this one. You know what? I'm going to take, I'll stick with Garrett, actually.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just have to have the man.
Yeah, he's certainly going to be tough to beat. The 69 car of Corey Whitworth went quickest in qualifying.
I had to stick up with someone who races with the World Thunder.
Understandable. Here we go, the final 2 laps. This is your front row battle in tonight's pole shuffle for the main event. Corey Whitworth going to slide up in front of Garrett Niebrugge. I think he's just foxing a little bit right now, trying to stay on the bottom side of the racetrack. Certainly you can hear the difference in the motors right now. Corey Whitworth is hard on the throttle into turn number 1 and 2, running right above the slick line. Down the back straightaway, he took out quick time this evening. He's just taken out heat race 1 victory, and he's just led another 2 laps, and he will start on pole for tonight's main event. Well done to Corey Whitworth. Garrett Niebrugge will start position 2. Cody Batten will start position 3. Position 4 will be Randall Carter. Tristan Carman will start position 5, and Tyler Chalk will start position number 6. We'll take this opportunity to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back in just a few moments' time. We'll play a couple of ad breaks. And in just a moment, we'll have tonight's main event for the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modified Series here at Lanier.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV for the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modifieds here at Lanier National Speedway. Brett Wheeler alongside Stephen McMillan as we get set for tonight's main event, 60 laps around Lanier. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Only a couple of changes to your starting grid that you're going to see on screen. Corey Whitworth will, in fact, start on pole. On the outside of the front row will be... Was it Garrett? Or was it Cody? It was Garrett, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, Garrett Nieberge will start position 2. Cody Batten will start position 3. Randall Carter will start position 4. Tristan Carman will start position 5. Then you go back to Tyler Chalk in position 6. Ryan Martin, Dylan Petty in row 4. Row 5 going to be Spencer Swafford, Wes Kirshner. Row 6, Shane Evans, Nick Jordan, Blake Brown, Josh Conover, Patrick Solari, Corey Pennington. Row 8, row 9, Brent Hobson, Adam Tevez. Row 10 going to be Brian Powell and Jake Boyer. You see the pace truck moving to the infield. That is not the green flag to start this race, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers are going to get into their correct positions down the back straight away. Just the first 6 cars will be shuffled around just a little bit. And once they get into their correct positions, they will get the signal to show you the most awesome sight. Yep, what's up?
And you know what? I can tell you this. If you love watching Nora, well, there is a Nora versus World Thunder races Sunday night and catch it on Ultimate Dirt TV. Y'all make sure to watch.
Yeah, in fact,
It will start at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's $40 to win. It's the Midgets Mother's Day Shootout.
Well, we'll talk more about that in after this race. But as you can see, the drivers making their way out of turn number 4. They are already into the greatest sight in all of motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Oval Racing Association drivers are 4 wide. As a thank you to the fans that have tuned up and tuned in here to watch on your number 1 home for dirt track racing here on the iRacing.com service, Ultimate Dirt TV. It is time to get after it here in a couple of laps, Steve. We've seen...
That's all right.
We've had the appetizer. Now it's the time for the main course. Who is your pick to win the 60-lapper?
Well, I'm going to stay with Corey Whitworth.
All right. That's a very strong pick. I tell you what, I'm going to go with Randall Carter. I thought about Cody, but maybe he's just been locked up too many times. No, we're not going to hashtag free Cody because it is always hashtag David's fault. We're going to go around one more time. Next time by out of turn number 4, the drivers will get the green flag. And in fact, it'll be Corey Whitworth to get on the gas first. And of course, well, he has control of this field. 20 cars, 20 of the best here on the iRacing.com service. The National Oval Racing Association. I'm trying to think what rhymes with 60. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that one a little bit more, but 60 laps on the board, and we are green here at Lanier National Speedway. And of course, is Corey Whitworth leading the field as the field is going to go side by side. There is a hint of 3-wide action. There's almost 3-wide action for second, third, and fourth. Whitworth, Batten on the low side, Nieberge, Carter up on the top side of the racetrack. Nieberge and Batten are going to continue to go side by side along with Carter and Carmen also battling side by side for 4th and 5th as they make their way down into turn number 3 and 4 here on lap number 3 at the moment. It's still Corey Whitworth who leads Garrett Nieberge and Cody Batten, your 1, 2, and 3 at the moment.
As you know, there's good racing all around this track. That's Cody Batten. He's trying to get that low groove to work, to get underneath Garrett for that second place. But it's side-by-side action all the way. But look at Corey Whitworth almost making a mistake on the high side, gathering it back up. Wow, there's like three wide racing in the back. There's racing all over this track.
Yeah, how do you not go? How do you not take your eyes off the battle for your top 5 at the moment? It's Whitworth leads from Batten. We just had Carter, Nieberge, and Carmen 3 wide through 1 and 2. Now they go back to 1 by 2 by 2. Right now this track is very, very even on the top and the bottom side. It's just a matter of what line is going to go away the quickest and which driver is going to be able to find the fastest way around this Lanier National Speedway. At the moment, it's still Corey Whitworth in the orange and blue number 69 car. Niebuhr a little high on the exit of turn number 2. He almost opened up the door for Randall Carter to go right through the middle of the racetrack, but they're going to go back to the top side or just above the slick. It's not so much on the top side. It's only right through the middle at the moment.
It is. The middle is where they're getting most of the traction. It seems like the high side just ain't really coming in. You look at Corey, you know, he tried the high side, lost a lot of ground, and now he's back at the bottom working it.
Just seen behind the top 4. Tristan Carmen in the number 4 car went way up to the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Batten was down low and Carter and Niebuhr, they were running right through the slick and they went just above to the slick line through 1 and 2. Again, Batten going to make the move up on the inside on Randall Carter, so Batten fighting back on the low side right now. So we're still seeing drivers really using every inch of this 3/8 of a mile dirt racetrack known as Lanier National Speedway. And I got to say, Corey Whitworth, he has done an absolute fantastic job on the bottom side, and to hold off so far the likes of Niebuhr, Batten and Carter for this long on the bottom side when, well, the top side just looks just as fast as we go 3 wide behind him. Whitworth right now the man to beat. Niebuhr gets the drive on the exit of turn number 2.
I mean, they're driving hard. You know, basically, this is a driver who makes a mistake. The other driver will get to pounce on it and move up that position. But as far as that, it's 3 wide coming out turn number 2. But Garrett has that high side dialed in. Randall Carter up to 3rd. Cody Batten back to 4th. And Tristan Carmen up to 5th. Spencer Swafford 6th. Dylan Petty 7th. Ryan Martin's 8th. And Blake Brown is 9th. And Shane Evans rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, keep an eye on that 66 as well. Spencer Swafford. You can see him really running right up in the looser dirt stuff into turn number 1 and 2. He was really starting to catch up to your 5th place driver, Tristan Carmen, in the number 4 car. But we still keep an eye on Cody Batten and Randall Carter. Well, there was a hint of a side-by-side action in 3 and 4. Once again, of course, that inside line really works on the entry into the corner. But it's at exit speed where the driver's on the top side. And now we're seeing Garrett Niebuhr go back to the, or gone to the bottom side, I should say. Shouldn't say gone back, because he's been on the top side for most of this race. Now he's gone down low. So Randall Carter, if he can get the drive and keep the speed and momentum up, if he can hit his marks in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, there's every chance that that 37 car may just drive around the outside of his teammate of Niebuhr. And as he pulls up alongside him on the front straightaway, you know, Randall Carter, he's not going to mess around for too long. He wants to get to the front. He wants to lead this field.
And he's doing it very well. You know, he's maintaining his speed and he's running a line that works for him. It's all a searching game because these lines change all the time. But Randall Carter started to chase down a little bit of Corey Whitworth. So you look at Cody Batten dropping, you know, a little further back from 3rd place of Garrett Niebuhr.
Well, we're on board with your race leader, Corey Whitworth, in the number 69 car. You can just see Randall Carter closing in on your race leader. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in this race so far, this is the closest anyone has been to the 69 car. The 69 car hasn't really seen a car be in front of him this whole entire night when it comes to racing on this Lanier National Speedway. And, well, Corey Whitworth went straight to the top side in turn number 3 and 4, took the line away from Randall Carter. He goes a little bit high, and Carter sneaks up the inside, but it's Whitworth once again who gets the drive. So you battle on for the race lead right now. Randall Carter has just had to change his line just a little bit, but he is still showing some pace. He's still quicker than your race leader. And look at Whitworth, taps it all into turn number 1 and 2. Carter's down low, and your race for the lead is on for young and old. Whitworth back up top. Randall Carter, for the first time, he's gone and stayed down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll do the same in 1 and 2. He drifts up just a little bit, and the race between Whitworth and Carter is on.
You know, right now, Whitworth, the only thing going for him right now is momentum coming off the middle. But look up ahead, there's lap traffic. We can play a key factor in it. as you look at it, Corey Whitworth is actually getting to drive. He saw that from Randall Carter and moved up the track, lost the speed a little bit, so he found the group that worked for him. Some great racing up front.
Yeah, it's all about trying to find and adapt as the race goes on. 34 laps to go this time by, so we're almost at the halfway stage of this race. Randall Carter going back to the top side into turn number 1 and 2. So while those drivers sort themselves out, Garrett Nieberge in third. Fourth is going to be Spencer Swafford. Cody Batten back to position 5. Then we go back to Dylan Petty in 6. And look at Blake Brown, your winner of the B main. He's up to position 7th. I think he started about 11th, I think it was. No, 9th.
He did, yeah, 9th.
So, I mean, he's only picked up a couple of spots, but he's certainly knocking on the door on the number 5 machine of Dylan Petty. I think there might have been a bit of contact back in the pack, but, well, battle back on for the race lead because here goes Randall Carter and Whitworth. Whitworth again went, like, he was right up near the wall in turns 1 and 2. Not sure whether he got the entry wrong into turn number 1 or whether he had contact with the wall in the front straightaway and it straightened the car up somewhat. But looks like he's going to do the same thing in 1 and 2 again. And here comes Randall Carter back to the inside as they come off turn number 4 this time by. Let's get dirty for 30 because 30 laps to go. We are officially at the half race distance and Corey Whitworth and Randall Carter putting on an absolute clinic right now here at Lanier as Carter took the lead for about half a second and Whitworth said, not yet, not on my turf, boy. And Whitworth going to continue to lead every lap so far.
But they're closing in on Jake Boyer. That's going to play a role where Corey's running because Corey's running the middle to the high side, exiting each turn. So it really depends on where they catch Jake Boyer, where it could hurt.
Well, this is where Whitworth will be able to hopefully, and I'm only going to speculate here, but if you can get clear of Randall Carter, if you can do that, there's a chance that he may just go back to the bottom side and put the slider on Jake Boyer. But if he can't get down low, well, the onus is on the 2 race leaders to get by the 55. As long as Jake can hold his line, which he's been known to do so any time that sort of he's had to deal with the leaders coming by. He's just, at the moment, he's just running his own race. He's running his line. The leaders know where he's running. Now it's up to the leaders to get by him with 25 laps to go. Corey Whitworth and Randall Carter, they're starting to pull away by about a second and a half. And there's a big slide jump from Corey Whitworth. I almost could have predicted that one coming. And Jake Boyer done very, very well to stab the brake when he did because that could have gone horribly wrong for the number 69 car. And that was a real ballsy moment for Corey Whitworth.
It was, but great job, Jake Boyer. But you know what? Now they're going to fix to get in some heavy lap traffic. As their lap traffic there's some side by side. So this is going to get really interesting in around about 3 laps.
It might take a little bit more for him to catch him, but I dare say if we can stay green, if this lap traffic has anything to do with it, I mean it's even got the potential to bring Garrett Nieberge back into the picture. Nieberge hasn't gotten by Jake Boyer just yet. Of course, Nieberge sitting at about 1.6 seconds away from Randall Carter, which essentially is only less than 2 seconds away from your leader. But again, this lap traffic, and of course, they're not only fighting to stay on the lead lap, but they're also fighting for their own positions on the racetrack. Again, it'll come back down to the leaders. 20 laps to go this time by Corey Whitworth and Randall Carter so far. And let's talk about this battle for lap traffic right now. Brian Powell, Corey Pennington, Brett Hobson, they're stuck in a 2 and 3 wide battle as well. Wes Kirchner somewhat trying to fend off Brett Hobson and, of course, Corey Pennington. And we'll keep an eye on this battle at the back because no doubt I'm sure we're going to see it very, very shortly. And you can see it just coming into the top of your screen just then. The orange and blue number 96 car, or the 69 car, sorry, is Corey Whitworth. That's your race leader as well.
It is, this is going to be the luck of the draw where Corey can stick it in the lap traffic is not at, where Corey's going to have to put the car. But right now, as you can see, Brian Powell getting some company and Brett Hobson by Corey. Corey's probably looking right now, trying to size them up, find out where they're running, where he can stick the car. But look at this. Randall Carter's looking too. Is he starting to catch Corey?
Yeah, this is going to get very, very interesting right now. Oh, Brian Powell into the wall. That frees up the top lane on the top of the racetrack at the moment. That's, well, I'm going to say that's where I thought Whitworth and Randall Carter were going to go. They're 3 wide with the lap car. Brian Powell just somewhat backed out of the throttle just a little bit. Here goes Corey Whitworth again along with Randall Carter. They're on top of the cushion on a 3/8 of a mile racetrack. 15 laps to go this time by. These drivers are in heavy, heavy lap traffic, and lap traffic will always play a factor. It's trying to navigate through the lap traffic. Oh no, Whitworth got in the back of Kirchner. Kirchner kept it going, and here we go. They've gotten by Kirchner and Hobson, so that's 3 cars that they've had to deal with, and they're still going to have another 3 or 4 to deal with at the moment as Corey Whitworth continues to hang on to that number 1 spot, but can he do it for another 13 laps?
And you know, sometimes you have to give someone a nose just a tad bit, but that almost went wrong for the lap cars.
Whitworth down to the bottom side or through the middle, I should say. Look at Carter and Pennington, and that could be the break that Corey Whitworth needed. Carter goes back down low, runs a slider line into 3 and 4.
And they're coming up on Nick Jordan right now. So far, we've been 50 laps green.
Unbelievable start to this race as we start to close in on the final 10 laps. Nick Jordan in the 17 going a lap down. We see Whitworth and Randall Carter run 1 and 2. Spencer Swafford has moved into position 3. Meanwhile, as they've gotten into lap traffic, Garrett Niebrugge fallen back to position 4. Look at Patrick Solari and Josh Conover. They run side by side. Again, right in front of your leaders. Carter hits the wall in turns number 1 and 2. At this stage, you've got to say Corey Whitworth, he looks the goods, and certainly a hot-on favourite to continue to lead this field as well. We've got about 8 laps to go.
We do, and you know, it's pretty good. The lap cars are giving room when they can, but they're still racing for position, so we got to remember that. But Corey's going to stick to the high side as they're coming up on Patrick Solari.
Yeah, Patrick Solari, of course, picked up the C main win and transferred into position 3 in the B main. So again, started up near the front. Started up position 11th it was, and well, they've now gotten through the full front of the lap traffic. They've navigated it very, very well. Of course, there was just the one incident where Whitworth got into the back of Kirchner. Kirchner saved it, and we kept it green. With 5 laps to go, it is almost a clear track for the 69 car of Corey Whitworth and Randall Carter. His time is starting to tick away. He's only going to have a few more opportunities to get by the 69 car. 4 laps to go for Corey Whitworth.
Oh, yes, he's drove one heck of a race. But, Randall Carter gets into the wall. That's not what he needed.
That was the moment that Carter did not want to happen. It's all over. Whitworth's going to win this one.
It is. And like I said, Corey has improved this season, especially with the World Thunder. And I've seen him race in some VLR races where he's done really good there, too. So, I mean, what a great job this guy.
Yeah, they just got the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. And look at Randall Carter trying to fight back on the inside in 1 and 2. They make their way into 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Nearly side by side. This is going to set us up for an absolute belter of a finish. Whitworth continues to run the top side. Carter down low on the exit of turn number 2. He's nearly side by side down the back straightaway. But into 3 and 4 for the final time, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Whitworth, in a race that goes green to checker, 60 laps at Lanier. What an absolute bell ringer of a race. David, did you think that we were going to get 60 green flag laps? Not one stoppage in the main event. Take a bow, drivers.
That's right. You know, like I said before this feature race started, this track is known for some good racing. As you know, Corey Whitworth wins, Randall Carter second, third is Spencer Swafford, Garrett finishes 4th, Blake Brown rounds out your top 5. But look at Cody Batten. You know, he started 3rd and he finished 9th.
Yeah, we'll get your unofficial results here A big thanks to JR Productions and Media, and let's take a look at those unofficial results as your top three park it on the front straight away. So Corey Whitworth leads wire to wire, flag to flag. He comes home victorious, and a man that has not been beaten all night. He brings the broom out to this slick Lanier racetrack and dusts the competition. He gets the win. Randall Carter, who put up a valiant effort, will come home in position number 2. Spencer Swafford will come home in that 3rd spot. Garrett Niebuhr will fall back to the 4th spot. Blake Brown will round out your top 5. Shane Evans home in 6th. Dylan Petty in 7th. 8th is going to be Tristan Carman. 9th will be Cody Batten, and Ryan Martin will round out your top 10 as we have a look over the page at our final 11 through to 20th. Adam Tevez home in 11th, and the final car on the lead lap, the first car to officially go a lap down, was Patrick Solari in 12th, Josh Conover in 13th. 14th is going to be Nick Jordan, Coy Pennington in 15th, Brian Powell 16th, Brent Hobson in 17th, Wes Kirchner in 18th with Jake Boyer in 19th, and the final car on the racetrack, our only casualty, and well, he got 54 of the 60 laps completed, was the 07 car of Tyler Chalk. We'll go down to Victory Lane here in just a moment and chat with our top 3 as we await the arrival of Corey Whitworth. In fact, there he is. As we go downstairs into Victory Lane on the front straightaway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll chat with the driver that, well, he sweeps the night, Corey Whitworth. Congratulations on this win, man. It was a hell of a race between you and Randall, man. Talk about how you're feeling at the moment.
I am tired.
Good thing, because you won me some money tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Brett's going to pay me good. I picked you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Corey. You'll be getting the bill for that one. Man, in your wildest dreams, 20 cars, Lanier National Speedway, UMP modifieds. It's a tight track, but a track that has the potential to put on some fantastic racing. Did you think that you were going to get 60 green flag laps here at Lanier tonight?
No, I would have never guessed in a million years we'd go green to checkered at this place.
You took out qualifying, you won your heat race, you won the final pole shuffle race, you started on pole for the 60-lap main event. As you were going round in the 4-wide salute, did you have a game plan in mind on how you were going to attack this racetrack? Because at the start of the night, it looked like it was going to be middle dominant, but at the start, you went straight to the bottom, and you were one of the only guys to really make it work, and you're actually able to pull away from those guys in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But yeah, did you have a game plan going into this feature event?
Yeah, I run this track quite a bit. It's one of my favorites, and that's one thing I've learned over the many races I've ran here is just stay committed to the bottom as long as you can until somebody gets a run. And I don't run a mirror, but I could hear somebody getting a little closer to me, and I was just thinking, well, I don't think anybody's running me down on the bottom because it's getting really hard to hit down there. So I just started moving up a little bit, and then I saw Randall peek his nose down there, and I figured it was probably time for the slide job line to kick in. So I just went to that and tried to hit my marks and stay off the wall as much as I could, and I really just tried to stay as smooth as possible. I didn't know if I had enough to hold him off because he was faster than me, but I knew if I stayed consistent, hit my marks, and stayed smooth, stayed out of the wall, that it could possibly go my way.
It took a while for you guys to catch lap traffic. Once you caught lap traffic in those last 20 laps, I mean, you guys would have had about probably 6, 7, maybe 8 drivers that were fighting not only to stay on the lead lap, but also fighting for positions in their own little race. What was going through your mind at that time when Carter was really, really close to you, and you come up to guys that were 3 wide across the racetrack, or not 3 wide, but 2 wide with the potential at 3 wide, and you really had to pick and choose your marks? I mean, what goes through your mind then on trying to pick these cars off lap by lap?
Yeah, man, I'm racing. I'm trying to hit the slider line. I'm trying to stay out of the wall. Try to do all that stuff that I just talked about. And now I've got to watch these lap cars, and I've got to try to predict where they're going to go and how they're going to be. And it's just not possible to do that. So really, you just run as hard as you can until you get to them, and then make your moves as quick as you can and try to stay as clean as you can with it. And I know I got into one car. I don't remember who it was, and I felt bad about it. But I'm racing for the win. They're kind of there. And I don't want to ruin anybody's race, but I kind of got into him, and I backed off as much as I could and tried to go. But I do apologize to that guy, but I was just doing all I could to try to hold off Carter.
Well, you did that. I think it was about 4 laps to go. He hit the wall in 1 and 2, and I thought that was a moment that really that you really needed, and to get that break from him. But I mean, that last lap, did you hear him coming back on the inside, because he wasn't going away at all?
Yeah, I knew he was there. I knew he wasn't gonna just disappear. I mean, you can get in the wall and rebound pretty quick, and I mean the bottom is still pretty fast here if you run it smooth and consistent. And towards the end of the race, the slider line was kind of going away, and at that point, it was just a momentum thing. Just keep your momentum built up, and I feel like if you had to go to the bottom, it would kill it just enough to let that outside run off the corner take off.
Well, a win here in the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modifieds here at Lanier. Well done on leading this race, and well, you bring the broom and you dust away the competition all night. Congratulations, Corey. But of course, before we let you get out of here, sponsors, shout outs, all that good stuff. Who makes the wheels turn on the number 69 machine?
Yeah, I really needed that win. It's a big confidence booster to race with this caliber of competition and actually pull it off. But starters, I got to think, we're A for the race. Without those guys, we wouldn't be here. And they run a good, smooth show, and I really appreciate it. Uh, got to thank you guys in the broadcast booth. You guys do a great job at broadcasting and calling the race and keeping the camera on the interesting parts. Got to thank all the competition that we were racing with. I mean, I don't think you'll ever see another race where you got 20 cars on a short track when it's slick like this and go green and checkered. It's unheard of, and it doesn't ever happen. Uh, I got to thank my fiance and baby boy for giving me a little bit of time away from them to come do this. Got to thank the whole team at Southern Sim Racing for all the help. They're tremendous. We always have each other's backs and push each other to do better and better. Uh, man, I think that's all. I got to thank Mike Kim at Mike Kim Designs for the awesome wrap. He's one of those guys you just kind of tell him colors and what you want, just to give him just a basic idea, and he just runs with it every time, and he knocks it out of the park every time. Uh, but without those guys, I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't have any interest in it. They really keep me going and push me.
Well done on the win, Corey, and hopefully we see you back here next week, or if not, in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you guys.
There we go. Corey Whitworth there, home in first place. I'll chat with Randall Carter, and I'll let you do third place, Steve. So we'll bring in the man that comes home in second place tonight. He's cost me a bit of money, but I will send him a bill to pay for that one. But Randall Carter, you started position 4. You come over the second place finish. Man, your car was hooked up tonight, but unfortunately one spot shy where you wanted to be.
Yeah, we ended up being. Once it moved up to that slider line and he started running it, it was going to be hard to catch him.
Well, can you do me a favor? Can you tell Brett he's the first place loser? He bet on you to win tonight.
Oh, you would have had a better chance if you bet on me to flip.
Well, that's something you didn't do, but I mean, talk about this battle between you and Corey. Well, once you got past Garrett and you started to run Corey down, and then of course then you throw into the lap traffic part as well. I mean, at that point, I mean, what was the game plan when you had lap traffic in front of you and you're trying to battle for the race win?
I was still kind of competitive around the bottom, and a couple of them guys was around the top. And I was hoping by the time we caught him, it would slow him up and I could just work around. Car was good running the slider line, the top, bottom. Is this track's really hard to pass once it gets to being as one line as it gets sometimes.
Maybe thinking back at it, right now, is there any kind of a adjustment that you would have made, whether it been inside the cockpit of the race car or setup wise, that you could have done things a little differently that may have changed the outcome of this race?
Yeah, nah, nothing really on the car. Car felt pretty good. Garrett sent me the set before the heat, and he had it feeling pretty good. I just wish I could have got around him a little earlier, but he's a teammate, and I try to pass him as clean as I can sometimes.
Well, you come away with a second place run here tonight. Congratulations on that one. We'll let you thank some people before you let you get out of here, and go and celebrate a little second place here tonight.
Yeah, I thank Garrett for sending me the setup, and thank Team VLR, I raced a 9 flag, and who else on my car? I think that's about it.
All right, there we go. Randall Carter there, home in second place. Steve, I'll throw it over to you to have a chat with our third place driver.
All right, coming on third is Spencer Swafford. Spencer, how was your car?
I felt good. It lacked a little bit of bite, but we had a good drive. Not going to complain with the top three after qualifying bad and running bad in the heat race, but it was a good comeback and had a good night all around.
Did you ever think when the leaders got in lap traffic that could have helped you out? I mean,
Yeah,
how do you think?
yeah. I saw them getting light traffic, and I saw the time on the bottom right start taking off. But as soon as the traffic opened back up, they were just gone again. And I got pinned back down to the bottom. Did not expect it to go green to checker. That was just awesome. And ran a little bit of light on fuel and had to conserve a little bit, run the bottom. But yeah, I thought whenever they got in light traffic, maybe one of them would get caught up in something. But they both did a good job and ran straight through it.
Well, yes, definitely a great job coming home in third. Oh, who's your sponsors you like?
I like to thank multiple people. Or yeah, Sievel's contract or lawn service, Keltner contracting, and Highside Graphics, and of course Josh and all the guys and you all for
Well, what a great job coming home in third place.
thank you.
Throw it back to you, Brett.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. There we go. Spencer Swafford, their home in third place. Again, that'll wrap us up from Lanier National Speedway. Steve, final thoughts. 60 laps, green to checker, UMP Modified Series. It's very rare that you get such a long race go green to checker. The only other race that so far that I can think comes to mind is Super Late Models for ESR Red Eye League that went 60 laps in Super Late Models. And I mean, that was just a fantastic show. Now the UMP Modifieds do it. It's almost a case of these bigger bodied style of cars that they're certainly starting to put on a show.
It is, and you know they in iRacing, it's a little bit easier to correct a mistake in a full body car compared to a sprint car or a midget. You know, you get bumped a little bit. Normally, you're sending it somewhere. In these late model cars and full body cars, normally you get tapped, turned sideways. You have more of a chance of correcting it.
Probably because you're going a little bit slow and you got more time to react. And, well, these cars, look, I tell you what, they've certainly put on a show here tonight. You did mention midgets. Let's go back to the topic. Why don't you tell the folks here on Ultimate Dirt TV what is happening this Sunday night?
This Sunday night, starting at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be Nora versus World of Thunder midgets. It'd be at the Chili Bowl. It'd be 40 to win, 100 laps. This is going to be the battle of the leagues. Let's see who's the best league. I know Josh has some great drivers in this league. And, you know, you got to think World Thunder don't race the midgets, so the sprint car drivers be coming out racing those. So let's see how's it going to turn out. And you're going to be broadcasting it for us.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might see the likes of the FBN Midget Series guys coming out. The likes of, Trey Smith. I mean, Cody Batten could be one of those guys as well that, certainly could throw a spanner in the works. Of course, you can catch all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Stephen, thank you very much for joining us here in the booth again. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Again, a big thanks to the National Oval Racing Association for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover their UMP Modified Series. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. You can find them on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Those wonderful people, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. We're not done with for tonight, or slash this tomorrow morning. We're going to be live my time tonight in about just under 8 hours time. So about 7.5 hours time, we're going to be live for the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Series and also their 410 winged sprint car tour. Of course, we'll have the videos up on our Facebook page later on. Of course, again, 6 a.m. around 6 a.m. Eastern time for the Americans. If you want to watch some early morning sprint car racing and midget racing, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, on behalf of Stephen McMillan and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say good night, farewell, and well done to Corey Whitworth, who takes home the win. You watch the National Oval Racing Association UMP Modifieds at Lanier. Good night.